Today's flow is all about using our blocks. If you don't have any blocks, check out the links in the description below. Let's get started with placing our blocks under our sitting bones and finding a nice comfortable position. Sit here and close the eyes down just to clear the mind for a few breaths. Deep inhale through the nose and let it go through the mouth. One more just like that. Deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. One more breath. Breathe in some positive energy for today. And exhale all the negativity away. Let's open the eyes and inhale the hands up overhead. And then exhale back into cactus arms, slight back bend, lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. And inhale the hands up overhead. And exhale cactus arms with a slight back bend. One more just like this. Now let's inhale the hands back up. And let's let the right hand come down to the floor as we spin our pinkies down and over for a side body stretch. Lengthening through the crown of the head, keeping the left sitting bones grounded. Deep inhale and exhale. On this next inhale, let's come up to center and exhale over to the left. Plant the hand, spin the pinky down. Make sure those right sitting bones are grounded, not coming up off your blocks. On the inhale, come back to center and place the hands on the knees. From here, we're gonna do a few cat and cows. On the inhale, let's find a cow. So arching the back, dropping the shoulders, lifting the chin up slightly. And then on the exhale, blow it all away, rounding the shoulders, rounding the spine, dropping the head forward. Couple more just like this. Inhale up. And exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale, leading with the chest, chin up. And exhale, biggest rounding of the spine, dropping the head, sink into this pose. All right, let's come back to neutral. From here, we're gonna bring the hands back up on the inhale up. And then exhale, let's find a twist. My left hand is gonna come to my right outer knee. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. And exhale, try to deepen the twist just a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Now let's inhale the hands back to center. And exhale over to the other side. Right hand is coming to the left outer knee. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, sitting nice and tall. And exhale, twist just a little bit further. Last breath here. All right, now back to center. Let's go ahead and remove our blocks from under our sitting bones, and we're gonna find a forward fold. So feet about hips distance apart, toes are back towards our shins. Let's grab our blocks with our hands. I'm gonna have mine on the tall side, sort of walk them out towards your feet. Make sure you're leading with your chest toward your toes so that your spine is nice and tall. And on the inhale, lengthening through the spine. And exhale, see if you can deepen the fold. Couple more breaths here. The last one. Now let's take our blocks and walk them over to the left. So we get a forward fold, a little bit of a side body added to this. Remember to keep those toes flexed back, leading with the heart towards your blocks. Keep the opposite sitting bones grounded. And then back to center. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. So take the blocks over the other way. Remember to lead with the chest toward the blocks. Take a deep inhale, lengthening the spine. And exhale, fold just a little bit further. All right, coming back to center. I'm gonna leave my blocks here for just a moment. Let's go ahead and bring our right leg back behind us and then bend that front knee. We're coming into pigeon. So find a comfortable position for that front left knee. Swing the right leg back behind you. And let's grab our block, put it underneath the sitting bones, and then I'm gonna grab this other one to gently place my head on. While we sit here in pigeon for just a few breaths. That block behind the sitting bones is really just to help keep our hips level in this pose. Be sure that the right toes are in line with the hip. We don't want that leg flaring out to the side. Pigeon is such an important stretch for our piriformis and our iliopsoas. This is a really great stretch for people who happen to be sitting down all day. One more breath here. All right, now let's switch it out to the other side. Remove that one behind your sitting bones. Now let's come up into plank to switch it out. Bringing the right leg forward. Making sure that back leg is in line with the hip. And then we'll place that block just under the sitting bones on the right side. Now once you're comfortable, you can always stay here up on your hands, but if you would like to sink down and relax into this pose a little bit, you just always have the option to rest your head on this block. So let's take a few more breaths on this side. Really try to relax, sink into this pose. Making sure that we're not hunching in through the shoulders, even though our head is relaxed. We want to keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. And just take the time to really focus on those deep inhales and elongated exhales. Last breath here. Coming up, let's go ahead and remove that block. We're gonna put both of them out to the side. So we put our feet back to meet each other, and let's come down onto the tummy. I'm gonna grab one of the blocks for cobra. So let's grab it on both ends. And on the inhale, we're going to rise up, bringing the block up with us. So ready, inhale. And release. One more just like that. Let it go. I think we got one more in us. Let's do one more. Inhale, raising up. And hold. And exhale, release. Very good. Set this out to the side. We're gonna come over onto our backs. Okay, now we'll just need one block here. I'm gonna start with it in between my calves. So what we're gonna do is some straight leg raises, and then we're going to grab the block with our hands and then bring them up overhead and switch it out. We're getting a whole body workout. So bring the legs up, grab the block, and then take the block up overhead, touch the floor, come back up, place it back in between the calves, and then lower down. I'm gonna do about 5 or 6 of these. Welcome to do them at your own pace. I prefer a nice slow and controlled movement. So we're making sure that they're quality rather than trying to crank out quantity. Just getting our hips moving, engaging our abs as we're bringing the legs up and down, and also getting some shoulder movement in this pose. Let's do one more. All right, this time when you bring it up, place the block in between the knees and drop the feet so that the feet are directly below the knees. Now we're going to lift up into bridge, but it will be supported. So lifting the hips, place your second block just under the sitting bones. Now it is supported, so it is sort of relaxing for the abs in the back, but we are still needing to engage the legs to keep that block still. If we let go of our knees, the block will fall. So really try to take some time here to focus on the shape of this pose. This is great in order to help you teach yourself how to do a bridge properly, making sure that your knees are in line with your hips and that your hips are in line with the rest of your spine. Let's do a few more deep breaths here. Now let's take out the block that's underneath the sitting bones. So lift those hips up as you can pull it out, lowering the hips and grabbing the one in between the knees. Now we're gonna do a butterfly pose here. So bring the feet together, knees wide out at the sides, and then find whatever's comfortable for you for support on those legs. Whether or not you need it nice and high, maybe you need it up a little bit higher to try to help support the knees. Maybe you're on medium or even as far as low, tucking them in there, keeping these legs supported while we sit here for a few calming breaths as class ends. Now for me, to kind of quiet my mind and come back to my center, I like to place one hand on my belly and one hand on my heart. The hand on my belly helps me make sure I'm taking nice deep inhales, really feeling it expand through the stomach, and completely exhaling, letting go of all the air. My left hand on my heart helps me realize how hard I worked during this yoga flow as I feel my heart beating and giving myself a little gratitude for taking the time out to complete this yoga flow. Maybe you've started with your blocks a little higher. As you continue to relax and breathe and sink into this pose, maybe you've noticed you can lower your blocks just to the next level. I always love being able to lower my blocks down. It makes me feel like I've had such a big accomplishment, making sure that I'm loose and relaxed. Let's take one more breath here. All right, now we're going to move our blocks just a little bit further down. As we come into corpse pose, I want these just resting below the knees or under the knees. All right, once you've found your comfortable position, drop those arms down to the sides, palms up, maybe rolling your shoulder blades a little bit further underneath you. You're welcome to keep the gaze open. Maybe you've found a spot on the ceiling that you'd like to focus, or close your eyes Let's take some deep breaths in through our nose, feeling our tummy expand entirely. And then exhaling all of that air away, completely compressing our lungs. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Couple more deep breaths here at your own pace. Thank you for joining me today for this yoga flow with our blocks. May your yoga practice continue to thrive.